Imagine this. You're standing in your own kitchen, sweat beading on your forehead, your body betraying you in a way only age and time can. Suddenly, you realize your own daughter is secretly filming you, hoping to turn your most vulnerable moment into her next viral TikTok, and when you say no, she calls you mean, she runs to her father. They both try to pressure you. But what happens when the person everyone underestimates finally stands up for herself? If you've ever felt disrespected by the people closest to you, or wished you could serve up a little poetic justice to someone who crossed the line, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear all week. Let me set the scene. It's a Saturday afternoon, the kind that's supposed to be peaceful. The kind where the sun filters through the kitchen window, and the only thing on your mind is what to make for dinner. I'm 51 years old, and I've lived in this house for over 2 decades. It's my sanctuary, or at least it used to be. My youngest daughter, Emily, is 19. She's home from college for the summer. And the house is suddenly filled with the sound of her laughter, her music, her endless FaceTime calls. I love her. I really do. But sometimes it feels like she's living in a different world, a world where every moment is content. Every feeling is a potential post, and privacy is just an old-fashioned concept. That day, I was in the middle of a hot flash. If you've never had one, let me paint you a picture. It's like your body suddenly turns into a furnace. Sweat prickles at your scalp, your cheeks flush, and your heart pounds in your chest. You want to crawl out of your own skin? I was fanning myself with a dish towel, trying to keep it together, when I noticed Emily in the corner of the kitchen, phone in hand, camera pointed right at me. At first, thought she was texting, but then I saw the little red recording light. My stomach dropped. I tried to play it cool. I didn't want to give her the satisfaction of a meltdown, but inside I was seething. It's my own daughter filming me at my most vulnerable without even asking. I felt exposed, like someone had ripped the walls off my house and let the whole world peek inside. I cleared my throat. Emily, are you filming me? She grinned. Not even a hint of guilt. Yeah, Mom, it's hilarious. You look like you're about to melt. People on TikTok would love this. I forced a smile, but my hands were shaking. Turn it off now. She rolled her eyes, but she did, or at least I thought she did, later that day after I'd cooled off, literally and figuratively. Emily came to me, phone in hand, eyes wide, with that look she's had since she was a little girl and wanted something she knew she shouldn't have. Mom, can I post that video on TikTok? Please. It's so funny. And honestly, a lot of people would get something out of it. Like, it's real. It's relatable. You always say we should be honest about what we go through, right? I stared at her, searching her face for any sign that she understood what she was asking. But all I saw was excitement, the thrill of potential likes, comments, shares, the promise of going viral, double quotes. No, Emily, absolutely not. She pouted. But why? It's not like you're naked or anything. You're just having a hot flash. It's not embarrassing. I shook my head. It's embarrassing to me. And I said, no, she begged. She pleaded. She tried every trick in the book. Guilt, flattery, even a little emotional blackmail. You're being so mean, Mom. You never let me do anything, but I stood firm. The answer is no. I thought that would be the end of it. But I underestimated just how far Emily was willing to go for a few seconds of internet fame. That evening, my husband Mark pulled me aside. He's always been the fun parent, the one who lets things slide, who wants everyone to get along. He smiled, trying to be gentle. Hey, honey, Emily showed me the video. Honestly, it's not bad. It's kind of hot. He winked, trying to make a joke out of it, pun intended. I glared at him. It's not funny, Mark. I don't want that video online. He shrugged. I just think you're overreacting. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. Maybe it could help people. Normalize menopause or whatever. I felt my blood pressure rising. It's my body. It's my moment. I get to decide. He sighed, clearly annoyed that I wasn't making this easy. Just think about it, okay? For Emily. But I'd already thought about it. And my answer was still no. The next morning, Emily stormed into the kitchen, her face twisted in frustration. Dad says you're being unreasonable. Why can't you just let me post it? You're being so mean to me. You don't even care about my future. This could be my big break. I stared at her, stunned. My own daughter, accusing me of sabotaging her dreams because I wouldn't let her exploit my pain for likes. Something inside me snapped. Years of being the nice mom, the one who always put everyone else first, who let things slide for the sake of peace, it all came crashing down. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my voice. Emily, I said no. And if you post that video without my permission, there will be consequences. She scoffed. Like what? You can't control what I do. I looked her dead in the eye. Watch me. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling. My mind raced with memories. Times I'd let my boundaries be crossed. Times I'd swallowed my pride for the sake of harmony. I thought about all the little ways I'd been disrespected, dismissed, underestimated. Not just by Emily, but by Mark. By friends, by coworkers. I realized something. I was done being the doormat. I was done letting other people decide what was funny or relatable at my expense. If Emily wanted to play games, I could play too. But I do it on my terms. The next morning, I waited until Emily was out with friends. I went into her room, something I hadn't done in years, respecting her privacy even when she didn't respect mine. I found her phone on the nightstand, unlocked. She never thought I'd go through her things. She trusted me to be the good mom. I scrolled through her videos. There it was, the hot flash video saved and ready to post. But that wasn't all. There were dozens of other videos, some of me, some of her father, some of her friends. Moments she'd captured without anyone's knowledge. Some were harmless, but others were deeply personal. I felt a pang of guilt. But then I remembered how she'd made me feel exposed, powerless, like my pain was just a punchline. I deleted the video, not just from her phone, but from her cloud backups, her drafts, everywhere I could find it. I even changed her phone's password, just to be sure. But I wasn't done when Emily came home. She was in a great mood until she tried to open her phone. Mom, did you mess with my phone? I can't get in. I shrugged. Maybe you should ask yourself why you left it unlocked. She glared at me, but I could see the panic in her eyes. Did you delete my video? I met her gaze, calm and steady. Yes. And I deleted every other video you took without permission. Do you want to film people? You ask first. If you want to post something, you get consent. That's how respect works, she sputtered, furious. You had no right. I smiled a little sadly. Neither did you. She stormed off, slamming her door. I could hear her crying, calling her friends, complaining about how unfair I was. But for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. Mark tried to intervene. Of course. He told me I'd overreacted, that I should have just let it go. But I stood my ground. Mark, I'm tired of being the joke. Tired of being the one who always gives in. If Emily wants to be an adult, she needs to learn what that means. Actions have consequences. He didn't have an answer for that. Over the next few days, things were tense. Emily barely spoke to me. Mark sulked. But slowly, the house began to feel like mine again. I reclaimed my space, my boundaries, my dignity, and Emily. She learned a hard lesson about respect, privacy, and the real cost of chasing internet fame at someone else's expense. The real revenge wasn't deleting a video. It was reclaiming my power. It was showing Emily and Mark that I wasn't just a prop in their stories. I was a person with feelings, with boundaries, with a right to say no. The look on Emily's face when she realized she couldn't just bulldoze over me anymore, that was the moment I knew I'd won. Not just the battle, but the war for my own. self-respect. And as for Mark, he learned that sometimes the fun parent has to step aside and let the real adult take charge. Sometimes, most satisfying revenge isn't about getting even. It's about standing up for yourself, drawing a line and refusing to let anyone cross it. Because at the end of the day, respect isn't given, it's demanded. And sometimes you have to teach the people you love the hardest lessons of all. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories like this, because sometimes justice comes from the most unexpected places.